Hey guys, and welcome to Knit. Today we're going to go over how to make this really cute Kyubey amigurumi. I recently rewatched the entire series again, and while I hate Kyubey, just like everybody else, I do think that he is amazingly adorable and cute, and well, when he's not doing horrendously monstrous things, that's. So I did a cute little amigurumi while I was watching the series again, and I wanted to do a quick little tutorial on how to make one yourself. This is part of my series for the Flat Cat series because he does look very cat-like, so I decided to go along with the same theme of being cat-like. You can see his body's very flat. He's got this really cute little circle on his back just like the actual character in the anime, and I made a huge poofy tail just like. It's not quite as big as in the anime, but that would just take way too much yarn. So that's pretty much my variation that I did. I'm going to be coming out with a cute grumpy cat version of the flat cat design, as well as I'm hoping to do a Nyan cat and a bunch of other cats as well. So hopefully that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks, as well as the Five Nights at Freddy's amigurumi. I'm hoping to get that out soon, all edited and done for both Freddy, Foxy. I'm hoping to get Mangle out there as well, but I haven't quite decided how I'm going to go about that one for the entire gang. So for now, let's get started. So for this project, you will need at least 1.5 skein of Vanna's Choice. I'm using Vanna's Choice. I'm sure you can get away with using one just skein of Red Heart because it has more yardage, but I'm using Vanna's Choice because I like how it looks a lot better. You're gonna need 1.5 skein of white. You're gonna need, honestly, less than like 20 yards of the pink and the yellow. So you're going to need a light pink and a nice little yellow, however you want to go about that. You're going to need probably at least a pound of polyfill. You're not going to need all of it, but just buy a pound and you'll have it for other amigurumis that you'll make and all that other stuff. It doesn't take a lot to stuff in, but you do want to have enough polyfill, whatever you use to stuff your amigurumis. You're going to need red, white, and pink felt. I'm using this blood red color because, well, Kyubey is a monster. And I'm using pink because it's cute and cuddly, and I'm using this white as a nice little, you don't need a lot. You're going to need just like a small tiny bit of white, so if you just have a little bit left over, that'd be great. Also, if you want to do little inserts on the ears, I would say get a pink that matches your pink that you're using for your bottom tips of your ears and use that for the insides of the ears. I'm also using some black fabric paint for the mouth, a size J or a 6mm crochet hook. I'm using a Susan Bates because that's just the one that I prefer. I like Susan Bates versus boys because, well, the hooks are a lot better and it's a lot easier to crochet with when you're really good at it. So also a darning needle is something else you'll need to sewing in ends and tying in ties and all kinds of stuff like that. So fairly basic as far as your needs, and let's get started. To begin, we're going to make a magical ring and place 6 single crochet inside of it. Then we're going to increase every single one, and then we're going to increase every single other, so we'll have 12 stitches after your second round, and then we'll have 18 stitches after that. Next, we're going to take that and then just single crochet around for 8 rounds, and that will make 2 paws when you do it twice. And next, once we're done with that, we're going to single crochet around both of those paws to make the body. I will see you when I have my 2 paws. So now that you've got your 2 little paws here, we're going to just single crochet around the entire work. So we're going to single crochet all the way to here. So our edge is over here, and we've got our other edge so that's matching so that they're both on the right. And then we're going to skip over and single crochet into this one after this stitch right here, making sure that when you go around this way, you pick up the stitch that's over here. So we're just going to keep going around the entire way for 4 inches, basically for the body. And then I'll show you how to make the little tiny feet, which is basically the inverse of this. We'll just split off from the body and then go back into 2 separate little pieces here, and then we'll decrease. So it's super easy to make this little cute body. It looks difficult. So once you've done your single crochet around, you've attached your 2 little legs here and you're single crocheting around the entire part of it for 4 inches, we're going to now split off and do the feet. So the way that we do that is we ended here. We're going to single crochet 9, go across, making sure that we attach ourselves to the 9th stitch from here. So we're going to make sure we have 18 stitches on this part here, 9 plus the 9 from back here. And then we're going to single crochet around for 8 rounds. Then we're going to do the inverse when we're doing our decreasing rows on the very bottom there, where we skip basically every single other stitch until it's closed up. Then we repeat on this side, and then we will start on the head. So 8 rounds, then skip every single other stitch until you've closed up your hole. And that is all there is to it. You repeat for both sides, and you'll have this nice little flat bottom where the arms are going outwards, and then the legs are going the opposite way. I'll see you when it's time to work on the head. So next up we're working on Kyubey's head, and the way that we do that is we're going to make a magical ring and place 6 single crochet on the inside of it. Then we're going to increase up to 36 stitches, and we're going to do that by increasing 6 stitches every single round until we get to the 36. So we increase every single round, every other, every third, every fourth, and then every fifth. Next, you single crochet around for 10 rounds, and then we're gonna start our decreasing, which is basically the inverse of how we increased. So we're going to skip every 5th stitch, then the next we're gonna skip every 4th, all the way around, every 3rd, every other, and then every single one, we're gonna skip 1 stitch, and then we just do that until it closes up, and at around every 3rd stitch we're gonna wanna stuff. That will make a nice ball shape, which we'll then put right on top of our body, right here. I'll see you when it's time to do the ears. So next up we're going to work on the lower part of the ears for your Kyubey. And how we do this is we're going to make a magical ring, place 6 single crochet inside of your magical ring, increase up to 12, so you're going to increase 2 every single stitch basically, and then we're going to single crochet around for 3 rounds. Then you're going to make 3 of them, because next we're going to line these up like so, and basically single crochet around the entire part here, and that will give you 36 stitches, and we're going to use white yarn for that. So I'll show you how I start. I take one of my little guys right here, I slip stitch right after I began, take my yarn, I don't even bother tying it because then I just go in, make a slip knot, do a slip stitch there, and make that into a single crochet next, and then I crochet, single crochet all the way around, keeping my tail inside as I do. I like to single crochet it inside of things, all the way to this stitch right here. So I'm going to do 5 more stitches, excuse me, I missed that one right here. So we're going to single crochet the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And next, so now we've gone across the entire way, and we're going to grab another one of our pieces here, and we literally just start single crocheting inside of it. That's how I go about it, and then I just keep going around until I get to the point where I've got a stitch in every single piece there. I'll see you when I've got this entire thing all put together. So next up, now that we have our 36 stitches on our piece right here in white yarn, we're going to decrease this round by single crocheting 5 and then skipping our 6th stitch. That will get us down to 30 stitches. Then we're going to single crochet around for 2 rounds. Then we're going to decrease again, another 6 stitches, and we're going to continue this motion where we decrease 6 stitches, single crochet around for 2 rows, decrease 6 stitches, single crochet around for 2 rows. And if you find this confusing, we are going to have a written pattern down below in the description that you can download straight from Ravelry, and we'll also have a nice little card overlaid on top of everything so that you can see the pattern that way as well. So we're just going to, we've single crocheted 1, we're going to decrease 6 stitches, get it down to 30 by skipping every 6th stitch, single crocheting around for 2 rows, skipping every 5th stitch, single crocheting around for 2 rows, every 4th stitch, 2 rounds, 3rd stitch, 2 rounds. We're going to keep decreasing until we get down to 12 stitches. And then when we get down to 12 stitches on our round, we're going to go for 14 rounds in just the 12 stitches. And I'll show you what I mean in just a moment. So now that you've gone on to your decreases here and you've gotten down to 12 stitches, you're going to go around for 14 rows until you have something that looks like this. So we have our little tip there and it goes all the way up to here. So that's 14 rounds right after that. And next up, we're gonna go over how to make this nice little ring here. To make the ring, you're going to want to chain 24, and then you're going to take your last chain here and you're gonna go through the first chain and then slip stitch through both of them. Then you're just gonna single crochet around the entire thing and slip stitch off, which then right here on your ear, and then you sew it onto your head after you've made your top ear, which I'll show you how to do next. Basically, you just take your guy, and you're going to want to stitch along the top with your piece here, and you're only going to want to sew on after you've done your ring. So make sure you get your ring done so that you can attach it here, because it's going to be stuck here. There is no getting it off unless you really weasel it through the bottom here. So next up, we're going to learn how to make the top of the ear. The top of the ear is pretty simple. What you're going to want to do is you're going to make your magical ring, place 4 single crochets inside of that, and then you're going to single crochet 1, increase for the next 2 rounds. Then you're going to single crochet 2, increase, next round single crochet 3, increase, single crochet 4, increase, and then on the last one you're going to single crochet 5 and then increase on your 6th stitch. That will get you up to 18 stitches. At which point then you're going to go around for 3 rounds and just single crochet around. Pretty simple. And then you stitch your ear onto the top of the head at an angle because you want it to look like it's curving around. And you take your tail and you take your secondary ear and you sew it right underneath along the ridging there. And that's pretty much all there is to it to the top of the head. Next up, we're going to go over how to make cute little Kyubey's tail. So the tail is up next, and it's a little bit different. So the way that we started is the same exact way that we start the ear. We're going to do our 4 single crochet inside of our magical ring, and then we're going to do another round of 1 single crochet and then increase, and then another round of 1 single crochet, increase, and then we're going to go into 2 single crochet, increase, 3, increase, 4, increase, 5, increase, and that's where it goes to something different, where then we go into 6, increase, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we increase. Increasing 3 stitches every single round. Then for 5 rounds we're going to single crochet around, and then we're going to do the inverse to get it all tapered off, just like we did with the lower part of the ear, where we do 9, decrease, 8, decrease, 7, decrease, 6, 5, 4, 3, and then 2, which gets us down to 12 stitches, and then we're going to single crochet around for 2 rounds, giving us this nice little bottom part, which we're going to take and adhere onto our butt, in which we're just going to put it there and let it poof out like the big giant tail. It's not as large as the actual character, but I feel like this is still a really good representation of the tail. So hopefully that will show through. So next up, all you need to do is adhere all of those parts on, add your ears and add your tail, and then we're going to work on making the face with our felt and our fabric glue, and I'll see you there. So next up, we're going to make a couple of felt pieces so that we can glue or adhere them by sewing, whatever way you want to do that really. We're going to make, out of our red felt that we have, we're going to make 6 little tiny dots. They're about 3/4 of an inch in diameter, and we're going to place them so that they are like slightly over, like half on the white part, half on the pink part for the nice little ears here. I've seen multiple fan art and also just general art. I've seen a lot of different versions of Kyubey, and some of them have the red dots above the white line and some of them have them below, but I like it when it's right there, so that's how I'm going to do mine. Next up, we're going to work on the eyes, which are actually fairly simple. It's a nice cute little anime style, and it's going to be just an inch in diameter red circle with a 3/4 inch pink circle in diameter, and then a white circle that's 1/2 inch, which we're going to keep on the right here. So we're going to have it so that it's right dotted right there, and that's how it's going to be glued. And then we're going to adhere it right there on the face and have it so that the white dots are both going the same direction, because that's the direction of the light hitting it. That's why the white dot is there. And then last but not least, you'll notice that my circles are a little warped. I'm not the best at making circles, but I try. Is a circle. And the way that I did this is I just folded a rectangle in half, and then I cut a circular shape from the center there, and then I opened it back up, and this is going to go on the back. So right along here is where that's gonna go, except more, you know, exact. But basically it's gonna fit between the head and the tail, so make sure you put the head far enough in the front so that you can fit the nice little circle there, and make sure your circle is only long enough so that it can be right there, and make sure there's a hole in the center of it, because he has a nice little hole that eats things. So let's adhere that on. Also, I don't have any light pink, otherwise I'd put some triangles right there in the center there. I might do that later on, but for right now, all you would do for a triangle is make sure that it's the width of this right here, making sure you have some stitches on either side and that it's even, and I would only go up to about that high on the ear, about that high. Alright, so let's get this all glued on, and then your Kyubey is all done pretty much. So the next and final step is we're going to take our puffy paint and we're going to make a sideways 3. Really just like a really cute W bubbly shape. So it's going to be really bubbly and really small. You want to make sure that you've at least got like fingers size between the 2 eyes there. So like make it that wide, probably about like 3/4 of an inch wide, same as your your iris right there, and I will see you when that's all done. Quick little motion, sideways 3 basically. See you there. So now that you've finished your mouth, you're all done, and that's all it takes to make your horrible monster of a Kyubey. He's cute though, so he'll look nice on a shelf or as a gift. Anybody who really likes the Magical Girl series, that is Madoka Magica. So if you like this video, be sure to hit like and subscribe. We try to come out with really cute amigurumis at least once a week. We try to come out with videos, honestly we come out videos more than once a week, but I try to make a commitment of at least once a week so that, you know, it's manageable with a really busy schedule. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. It really does help out our channel. Until next time, guys.